Welcome to Marriott MBA Today. I'm Elizabeth Hilton, and in the studio today we have the Director of Women and Mentoring at the Marriott School of Management, Tina Ashby. Tina, thanks for being here.
Thanks for inviting me, Liz.
So why don't you just start by telling us a little about yourself so we can get to know you?
Sure. Okay. So I love to spearhead projects that require bringing together people with varying talents, perspectives to accomplish the goals of an organization. I also love impacting the lives of individuals, and I do that through developing programs and events that inspire women and that also give them an opportunity to develop skills so they feel empowered.
So it sounds like the Marriott School picked someone perfect for this position. Why don't you tell me how they came about? Because this was a new position they created just for you, right?
They did. And I've had a lot of connection with BYU. I got my undergraduate degree in community health. I got my MBA from BYU. I worked as a healthcare consultant. I was director of finance for a chain of hospitals full-time. Then I worked part-time for UCLA Business Enterprises while raising 3 children.
Wow.
Stayed home full-time, PTA president. And so what they said is, we have a person here who has done so many different things, and we want to put that person in front of our women. So here I am.
So they can relate to you about all the things that you've done and kind of help them get maybe their career started some.
That's the hope.
Okay, well, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do as the Director of Women at the Marriott School?
Okay, so there's sort of 2 aspects to my job. There's women's initiatives, where I'm trying to encourage women on the campus to really look at us and consider getting a Marriott School degree. And then the mentoring side is strengthening the women who are currently pursuing a Marriott School degree.
Okay, that's a lot to do. I know since you've been there, though, we've seen a dramatic increase in women.
Right.
What's that been like?
It's been awesome. We've had this major initiative because historically we've had a lot more men than women. Women did not feel like maybe they were welcome at the Marriott School. And so we've really wanted to extend the benefits of a Marriott School degree to women. And so we have come up with something called the Major Shopping Event.
Okay.
Freshman and sophomore women, and also oftentimes juniors, are still shopping for a major. So we want them to come look at us and consider us. And so each year we have this huge annual event. This past year we had Charlene Wells Hawks, former Miss USA, BYU grad.
Yeah,
she was
Miss America.
Yeah, Miss America. She was an ESPN broadcaster.
Yeah.
But she actually went back to school, got her master's in marketing, has this fabulous career, and she's doing all that while she's raising kids. And she came and spoke to us about how much she is loving that. So you start with the program with that, right? And everyone's like, whoa, I'm pumped up. And then we divide them into groups, let the professors pique the interest of these women by saying how, the wonderful skills that they'll learn in their class, their prerequisite class. And then we open it up to exposing them to all 10 different emphases within the Marriott School, where they talk to women who are seniors in those emphases so they can tell them what it's really like.
And then they can see which one fits their personal needs best.
Exactly. Of course, they get great food, they get lots of swag. We have wonderful, wonderful companies that want to promote women in business, and so they provide us with lots of things for our women.
Wow, that's amazing. And I've actually been to some of those events, and it's so exciting to be there with all of these women in business who are ambitious and determined, and it's exciting. But I know, historically, there's probably a lot of stereotypes you've had to overcome. What's that been like?
Yeah, we've done a lot of focus groups and surveys, a lot of research to find out, what have been the roadblocks? Why have people not traditionally come, women, to our school? And primarily, it's this feeling that it's a man's world. We also feel like they have felt that they may not be welcome because of that. And they're concerned that they may be consigned to a 60-plus hour work week if they get a Marriott School degree. But I think I've shown you, like with my experience, there's a lot of different ways to enjoy a career in business, and there's a lot of flexibility.
I think it's so great to kind of get rid of those stereotypes so women know they're welcome in business, they can do well in business, as well as any of the men, and that the Marriott School is very open. you know, to anybody who wants to major here, women and men.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's so many wonderful opportunities for women. So many of the recruiters that come to BYU are saying, we want to interview more women, and we want to extend those wonderful opportunities to the women on our campus. So another way that we've been trying to encourage women to come is to create sort of this large group that they can feel like, okay, I'm not alone here as a woman. And so when I started 2 years ago, we had 20 women in our Women in Business Club. We now have over 240.
Wow.
Because we have these great monthly events where we have, you know, Wall Street Journal best-selling authors and CEOs of companies that are women that inspire our women.
So all the women students in the Marriott School get together and form this club, and then you invite people to come speak and tell them about what it's like being a woman in business. Wow, and I bet those are widely attended. I mean, how many did you have at your last event?
Let's see, last month we had about 200 women, and this past week it was a little different. We had 120, but as a service project during one of the busiest weeks of the school year. But to have 120 women at a service project is pretty great. Of course, we did have executives that were mentoring them at each of their tables while they were working on a service project together.
It sounds like this is such an exciting club. And maybe just to kind of end, where do you see all of this taking women in the Marriott School and just the Marriott School in general?
You know, what I want women to feel like they can pursue their dreams. I want them to bring those dreams, those passions to the Marriott School. I want to give them some skills so that they can achieve their dreams.
I love it. I think that's such a great goal, and I know we're getting there. I mean, as a woman in the Marriott School, I definitely have felt very supported, and in classes I don't feel like, you know, I can't accomplish something. Maybe you could tell me just briefly about a success story you've seen in your program.
Happy to. Just yesterday we interviewed for several hours actually, different women who want to be in our club leadership. And one woman was sharing with us how she has so loved the activities, because when she first looked at the Marriott School, she looked at the accounting program, which was ranked one of the top in the nation. And she said, there's no way I can get into that program. And she said after attending several of our events, she thought, you know what, I can do this. I'm going to try it. She got into the program.
Wow.
She is loving the junior core. And she says she's now planning to get her master's in accounting, and she said the sky's the limit.
I love it. That is a great story. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for coming and being on our show, and thank you for all the work you do in the Marriott School for Women.
It is my pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you for watching Marriott MBA Today.